Good morning. Good morning. This morning I am coming to you from a top secret location. For those of you who have watched our special guests videos, you'll know exactly where I am. And Sheldon knows where I am. There he is. Hi, Sheldon. Look, I have a friend, my special guest Dragon today. So I'm a little late because my special guest was helping me with her practice. So, okay. How are you this morning, Sheldon? Did you sleep well? Good morning. So today, I was thinking yesterday about what we would talk about today. And good morning, with Valentine's Day coming up, I know that the focus for a lot of us is romance and, partnership in a romantic sense. And, there's lots of us that don't have that. So I wanted to just talk a little bit about the importance of friendship and deep, intimate, close connection in the container. We like to use the word container lately. I don't know how I feel about it, but in friendship and platonic relationships. And I think often people are so focused on developing that or pursuing even that romantic relationship that they're so locked in on that they forget about the value of committing time to cultivating really healthy, loving, nurturing, deeply connected, intimate friendships. And one of the things when I moved out to Colorado that I held an intention for was to develop close, very deeply bonded friendships with my soul family that I knew I would meet out here. And very specifically, friendships with men. Because there's a lot of programming around, men and women can't just be friends and, all that stuff. I'm sure you've heard it, that there's a lot of conditioning that we're not able to be just friends in a platonic way. And that's not true. Two people in integrity with truly caring for one another and loving one another can be the most amazing friends no matter what the gender. It's just silliness, So I am really, really grateful for all of my friends, my male friends, my female friends, and they've been a huge part of my being able to align in my own path and purpose and joy. I love having friends to laugh with. And okay, so are you ready? Okay, I'm filling space basically are you ready? Okay, so some of you will know who this is going to be. So I present to you the incredible Pixie Eagleheart.
Hi! Hi, everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So get situated.
So as you know, yesterday I came to my Pixie Booze to have a shamanic session. She's taller.
That never happens.
That's because she's sitting on a poof.
Yeah.
She's sitting on a poof.
Because I'm sitting on a poof.
I'm actually taller than her.
Everyone's taller than me.
She's my one friend that I'm taller
pretty much
than.
Everybody.
Yeah, but most people are taller than me, so.
I'll take that off.
I like
my little dragon.
Oh, there we go. Okay, that's more like the normal.
I feel
more statuesque now. So Pixie's been my friend for how long? Gosh, 3.
I actually know the date.
She knows the date.
Give me 1 second.
I'm the person that forgets anniversaries and birthdays and stuff, so I can't be relied upon for dates.
I'm the person that writes all that stuff down.
Yeah. So
I log it.
How Pixie and I met is initially we met through a gathering that Garrett Duncan was doing.
It was the Discover Your Inner Native.
Yeah.
Event, little workshop thing he did. It was and we connected immediately. We were across from each other, and we were both like, I know you.
Didn't you have a turtle shell that day? Something. I don't know.
I might have.
Something.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, I saw that fiery redhead, and I was like, I know you. And then we hadn't seen each other again, and we ended up taking the shamanic certification program with Garrett
but
Duncan.
It was right away afterwards.
Yeah.
It was just a few months later.
So I walked in that classroom, and I was like, oh, well, look who's here.
And that was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So let me see if I can find this. Keep talking.
So we've been developing an incredibly close friendship for however long we're going to determine here.
It was November 2nd, 2015.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm doing the math on that. That's a lot longer than I thought. Wow. Okay.
So it's been 5 years. Yeah. It's just a little over.
A bit. Yeah.
No, 20. Oh, yeah.
15, 16, 17, 18, 19.
So not quite 5 years.
We're not mathematicians.
Yeah, I'm not a math. Math isn't my thing.
It's the Morning Clan Show. So, yeah. And so where was I going with that? Okay. Yes. Okay. The focus today is talking about friendship and the importance of developing and cultivating deep, loving relationships with friends. Because, it makes Valentine's Day a lot less lonely.
It's true.
Right?
It's true.
Mm-hmm. And it makes every day a lot less lonely.
Yeah, because really every day should be Valentine's Day.
Right? Love Day. Day of the heart.
We should just always appreciate the people that we have and show them that every day.
Mm-hmm. And I'm here with Pixie because yesterday, as you know, for those of you who follow the stuff on my page, she took me into journey and past life regression and soul integration that was very needed. It was very interesting. I'm not going to talk about it.
Yeah, it was kind of intense.
It was pretty intense. So, like I said yesterday on my video that, there's a certain readiness that's required from the standpoint of being able to, mentally and emotionally handle the things that sometimes we see when we do dive deeper into some of these past life things that it's not necessary for all of us to work through these things and see these things, but for us as shamanic practitioners and as, healing practitioners, it's important for us to kind of dig around in the depths and in the shadow work and pull up everything that needs to be seen so that we can clear that, neutralize, purify, whatever it is we're doing with it, rewrite the story for ourselves and thus for the collective. And it changes our frequency and vibration. We talk about that. But it does have an impact on the other people who are involved in the alternate life experiences when we go into it in a quantum way, which is what we're doing when we're doing shamanic work. And we can do deep forgiveness work in those spaces when we see some of those traumatic events that happen. And from this perspective here and this space of awareness, we can go into that and be the witness without being in the charge of the trauma of the event. Now, it wasn't, it was a little painful. It was a little painful watching moments, that.
As the practitioner, it's really important to know when you need to lead the person or when you need to just be there and support too, because there's moments when you're the person that you're helping, that you're guiding, might go into a place where it's scary or disturbing or whatever, and they might be equipped to handle it. And in that case, you have to be able to be tapped in enough to know that they're okay to handle it, because it's going to impact them more if they can get through it on their own. But you don't do this alone because you want to have someone there to grab your hand and pull you back out of whatever, might be too much as well, and also the added protection and all of that comes with having
it's important to set a safe container for this work so that we're not tapping into other energies that aren't going to be beneficial, because that can happen. Astral traveling is not advisable if you do not know what you're doing. This is a type of astral travel, really. And to speak to what she just said, there were a couple moments during Journey where, I could have handled it myself because I know what to do, but I didn't want to. I wanted my friend to help me. And she, of course, did, lovingly. And that's the key, is that Uh-huh. I made her cry. The key for any of us that are doing this work is, and this is the reason that I came to Pixie, and we were working with deep mother wounds that I've known about. You know, I didn't know exactly what they were and what they tied into, but Pixie is the first human being on this planet, female, okay, who I allowed to get really, really close to me. And I know it wasn't easy for her, but she was persistent. And
oh yeah, she wasn't very receptive at first.
I was guarded because I've been hurt by a lot of people,
Yeah.
but you've also been hurt by a lot of people,
Right.
you know, so we had that in common.
Yeah.
And but she understood. And you know, Pixie was the first person that really showed me the importance of validating the other person's experience, and with that, the deepest compassion. And she's always been so loving when I have things that are hurting me. And that's, you know, what do we need friends for? Yeah, we want to have friends.
We want to
have
play
friends.
and go and have fun and
Go on
do things like
adventures.
that. But you know, if that person's not going to be able to be there for you in those moments when you really truly need them,
Yeah.
It's not really a friendship. You know, I mean,
Mhm.
it could be more of an acquaintance or going off and, you know, just entertaining yourself. But the people who truly, truly deserve your friendship are the ones that stand up for you in those moments where you need it, you know, and they're there to give you a hand up or out or in or whatever direction you need to be going.
And they don't have to be shamanic practitioners, but that's
No.
always helpful.
Well, I wasn't when
it
we
adds a little
met.
extra. Well, and the really cool thing that's interesting about this, that's fun, and again, you know, some of you have watched the videos before, and oh, look what Christian's saying on here. She's engaged to someone you've incarnated with 21 other times. That's
Wow.
amazing. I know what that feels like.
Good morning,
Not the
Rick.
being engaged to that person part, but good morning, Rick, Denise, Rocky, Paul, and then whoever else is up there that I can't see. We know Sheldon's on here. So what I was going to say was, where was I going with that?
Something about us meeting.
Mm-hmm.
Did it have to do with our shamanic training?
Yeah, past
Yeah.
life stuff. That's where I was going with that. She's talking about it. So the interesting thing, you know, okay, so those of you who've watched my videos before know about this, because I did talk about this in another video, but the soul retrieval that I did when we were in our training, okay?
Shamanic training.
Yeah, so in our training, it was me, Pixie, another student. I won't mention her name just in case she doesn't want a name mentioned, and Garrett Duncan, who is our mentor and shamanic teacher, okay?
He's amazing, by the way.
Yeah.
Incredible.
There's so much that
So much
is
gratitude to Garrett Duncan
being,
for
yeah,
so many things.
And
like just
all the things.
I couldn't name them
Mm-hmm.
too many.
Yeah. Well, he was the person for me, and I think for you as well, that reactivated my mom knowing that was part of my path. You know, I met him and I was like, we're gonna do.
Yeah.
So we studied the Featherway, and then we also trained to be shamanic.
That was the hook, was
Mhm.
Featherway, and then a few other classes here and there, and the Inner Native one and a couple other, and then we ended up at shamanic training together. And
weren't we his first students for
Mm-mm.
No.
No.
Okay, all right, we weren't his first class.
No.
Okay, so anyway, where I was going with all of that was that when we did the soul
she has
retrieval-
unicorn slippers on, just for you.
She's easily distracted by unicorn things. Okay,
They're super cute.
she likes my cute pink toes too, just like my lion. She's drawn to my toes for some
I
reason.
see your horns.
So yeah, we do like unicorns and all those sparkly, enticements of
I have my
devil.
dragon right here. I got this for Christmas from my daughter. He's my little squishy dragon pillow.
So he's
like super cute.
He was the special guest before you actually entered in.
Was he?
Yeah. So anyway, where I was going with that was in the soul retrieval, when we went in to retrieve a part of me that had fractured out from another lifetime. That was a very traumatizing experience. It was involved the birth of a child, and the child was not alive. And going back into that, Garrett was facilitating, and Pixie and the other student were holding space. And as we went into that, we realized that the three of us, Pixie, me, and Garrett had been in that lifetime together. So we were healing this for all three of us, not knowing that we were just going in to retrieve something for me. It was for all of us.
Yeah.
So we all went in, and in that lifetime, the scene that we went into in the moment of that trauma, she was behind me, and not in the room here, but I felt her behind me here.
Well,
right?
even in the
So,
room
yeah.
there, I wasn't actually behind her, but as soon as she started to go into the emotional state that she was in, I energetically moved behind her and was holding her.
And I could feel you there. Yeah. So in that lifetime, she was actually physically there as my mother, okay, my biological mother, and Garrett was her mother, my grandmother. Okay. Weird, and you can't make this stuff up. It's like, and so all three of us were in there, and, Garrett is feeling, that was actually kind of funny. So Garrett was feeling my labor pains in that. and so the three of us went in together, which was really fascinating. I'm always confounded by the angry faces on there. So if somebody's angry, it's okay. Hopefully, again, like I said, you'll feel better by the end of this. I don't really understand. So by the end of all of that, we had obviously done work on not just me, but on the three of us in that experience. So, Pixie was my go-to for the mother wound stuff, for obvious reasons, and I didn't have mother wound stuff with her. It was with other lifetimes that were like, what the hell am I seeing? Sorry about that. Yeah, I'm trying really hard. I'm not swearing on the morning videos because I would like the children to be able to watch. We have to make it suitable for the children if they want to watch. So hopefully some of this is at least entertaining for you. But yeah, back to the importance of friendship and really cultivating that deep, loving bond with your friends is equally as important, if not sometimes more important, than focusing on the relationship. And often when we have a romantic relationship, everything else disappears. And we forget about our friends, and we focus on that one relationship. And then when that one relationship maybe doesn't work out the way we'd hoped, we're lost.
You have no support.
No support. Yeah.
And having that support is really important.
Absolutely.
It's really, really important.
Yeah.
Something that has happened for me is, pretty much my whole life, I've been one of those people that has a best friend, one best friend. And I've focused a lot of energy on that one best friend. And then, if that best friend gets in a relationship and they start to kind of wander away, there's a lot of feelings of hurt and stuff for me that come up around that, abandonment and all kinds of, I'm sure you guys can put adjectives in for your own selves. Yeah, right? And it can be very deeply wounding on a very, very big scale. But the bottom line is life is a cycle, and we're always shifting, we're always moving, we're always changing. There's never, we're not, if you're growing, you're not staying in one place. And so you can't really put all of your energy in one person. That's why we have families. That's why there's a mom and a dad and brothers and sisters, and aunts and uncles and grandparents, so that we have that extended place to go to. And when it comes to friendships, if you focus on only one, then when that person's cycle of their life is not in sync with yours, there's a lot of room for wounding and stuff like that. And for myself, over the last 5 years, I've started developing several deep, close female friendships. And I call them my sisters, because I can't call any one person my best friend anymore. Right. I call her my best friend, but I also
a number of them.
I also call 3 other people my best friend. And so, I have a community of friendship now. And so when I'm going through something that I need a friend for, if Cynthia's busy, I've got somewhere else to go to. And she's experienced the same thing with me, where there's been times when she's needed me and I got my own stuff going on, or I'm like, completely immersed in creating magical potions or whatever, So it's really important to have a multitude to cultivate
Yeah.
a number of deep connected friendships, and there is a lot of value in having some of those being of the opposite gender.
Oh, absolutely.
It really, I mean, I have a couple very close male friends, and their advice is so valuable to me.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so different than what I get from my girlfriends. And it adds just this umbrella and this completeness to it. You know, it brings balance.
Mm-hmm.
It brings balance.
Yeah. And you know, for me with my male friendships, I have a good number of men who have really been a huge part of my healing process in healing some of the wounds, you know, inflicted and, you know, through my own personal free will choice to involve myself with people who haven't maybe held my heart with the most respect. I have needed some help from my male friends to feel safe again, and to truly feel cared for, and to know that I can trust and that there are good men. And I have, gosh, I probably have more than 10 male friends who I could connect with at any time and just say, hey, can you sit with me and hold some space? You know, some of them are closer than others. And I've actually even, you know, allowed myself to go into a space of a deeper intimacy in my friendships with some of these men where they will hold me. And that has been, you know, I mean, especially not having a partner, that is so valuable. And if I know that at least one of you is watching right now, but you know, for those of you who have held that space for me and held me and allowed me to hold you as well when you need that, we've cried on each other, you know, we've shared some of the deepest parts of ourselves with one another, and it feels safe. You know, we need to find people that are safe.
Yeah.
So thank you, from the tips of my toes to the top of my head, to those of you who have helped me feel safe, you know, because not everybody's safe.
I don't know if there's anyone on here, but same. I have, I did a video yesterday, and it was about gratitude. I have so much gratitude for my friends. My last week has just been,
it's our birthday week.
Yeah, it's my birthday month.
It's your birthday month.
It's my birthday
month.
Year.
It's your birthday.
But yeah, I've been very spoiled. I haven't even been able to get to Facebook yet. But last I checked, there was like 90 people that had said happy birthday, and you know, I have so much gratitude, so much gratitude for all of the people in my life.
Yeah. Well, and you know, we've talked about the process of healing and reintegrating aspects of our soul that have fractured out because we've had trauma, and a huge part of us being able to feel, you know, to reintegrate those parts that have popped out because we've been hurt, is to have people close to you. And some people have families that are close to them and really loving, and you know, they get what they need there in the actual family unit, but it's not as common now as it used to be. And you know, for me, I moved to another country, and then I moved across the country, and I was here all alone. I didn't have any family outside of my, you know, at that point then ex-husband and my 2 children, and I needed to find my family here. And I have found soul family that, you know we've had lifetimes together. Like Sheldon and I don't know, we've been other things together. We saw ourselves as a crystal together. I know that's pretty out there for some of you, but it was cool for us. I've been the wind.
The wind.
You know, we were consciousness in a crystal.
I mean, in some way, we all are the wind.
We are.
Because we breathe, we take the oxygen in, and we breathe the CO2 out, and that is the wind. So we are the wind.
Well, and you know, as a part of the collective unified field, our consciousness can expand out and tap into the consciousness of any any part of consciousness.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's kind of astral travel or remote viewing, where we could, you know, soar like an eagle and see through the eyes of that. That's happened. I've been a horse. That was cool. So anyway,
I've been a dragon. That was cool.
Yeah. There were dragons yesterday. They were fairly epic. There was more than one.
Yeah. Well, I have 7 that I work with. So, and when I do that kind of stuff, they come in. So.
Yeah. Pixie works a lot with the dragon realm. dragon guides. So, what would you like to do?
What do you mean?
Well, it's our daily alignment. So we've talked about
Oh.
friendship. Okay, so I'll lead in, and then I'm gonna hand over the daily alignment. to
Oh,
Pixie.
you are?
It's a little longer. So we're at 10:37. You have time to do a quick one?
Yeah. Well, okay. So,
So let me say something first, though.
okay.
Okay. So
I thought I was going to be your guest.
you are.
Okay.
My guest has to do the alignment because I don't know what I'm doing.
Okay. All right.
I can do it. We can do it together. We're gonna do it together. So the focus for all of us. So some of us I see on here, we're in romantic relationships, and I'm so happy for you. That's such a beautiful space to be in, you know, to have a lover, especially when Valentine's Day is coming up and it's that, you know,
Yeah, it's tomorrow.
focus for everyone. Oh, that's tomorrow. Yeah.
Tomorrow.
Well, I'm going out with my friend Rick tomorrow. We're gonna go to a concert and have sushi. So
I'm going to have sushi tomorrow with my mama.
awesome. Yeah, her mom's
my
taking it.
mom is my Valentine's Day.
See? So if you don't have something to do on Valentine's Day, find something to do. You know, if you feel like you're going to feel lonely, take yourself out on a date. I do that. I think I did that last year.
Yeah, I have a
You know?
thing of pampering for myself planned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Self-care.
yes. So today,
Today.
because it is our daily alignment practice, okay? If you don't have close friends and you don't have connections and you feel lonely, let's have the intention for you to tap into the collective field and call that in for yourself, for your highest and greatest good. You know, bring me my people. You know, bring me those people that will love me and show me what it feels like to feel loved and cared for, and that I can love and care for in return. Because I think that's one of the reasons that we feel so lonely sometimes, is that we don't have anywhere to put. Like those of us who are really deeply loving people and we love to, you know, do all the things, that we don't have any. If we don't have anywhere to put that, it hurts. It literally hurts, you know. And I have lots of stuff to give that I don't have anyone to give it to, you know, because you know, platonic relationships are a little bit different, and there's lots more. You know, but it's okay, you know, when you look around and see that everything you already would like to experience is there. And if it's not, then do yourself the service of calling that in and really knowing that you're worthy, okay? You're so worthy of having people in your life that you can trust, that feel safe to you, that love you so much. And, you know, sometimes we don't feel like we're worthy, and that's why we push it away. But you are. You're innately worthy. You're here. You exist. Of course you're worthy. You know, and it's okay. Nobody needs to be perfect in that, too, because, you know, we learn and grow in that any kind of relationship is a really beautiful space for growth and evolution. And we, you know, we bring one another into higher states of awareness through the conversations that we have, because, you know, we're not going down into
we also help open doors that the other person might not see, you know.
Yeah, perspective.
Like, because your perspective is different. So, you know, when somebody's in a space of despair or hopelessness or sadness or whatever it is, they can get so locked into their perception of it that they can't always see the bigger picture. So it's always good to have a friend that can be like, hey, but what about this? You know, I know that you're having a hard time with this, but here's this. Let me offer you this.
It's gonna be okay.
Yeah, and it's really helpful, because even those of us that do this work get locked in. You know, human. You know,
The story runs rampant sometimes. The narrative is like, whoa. The narrative took over.
Yeah, I try to shut it down.
Right?
No.
Like,
No.
So, and in that, what Pixie was just saying, that one of the key things that I've noticed in when I come to Pixie and I have stuff that I need to work through is that she will validate my experience, first of all, okay? It's not about, well, here's all the solutions and here's what you can do, you know, because that's helpful. But the first thing that she does, and this is one of the things that she taught me, why is it so important to validate the other person? She says, I'm so sorry that you're going through that right now. I know it hurts. That's compassion.
Can make me cry again?
I'm going to make her cry. You can't tell, but I'm kind of crying too. I'm hiding it. I'm in disguise. Yeah. So, but
I love you.
I love you. I love you so much. Aww. Oh, thank you. And there's no one else that I would have gone to for what the work that we did yesterday. And I will say this, okay, so before you do your thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so you know, those of you who watch my videos know that I talk about Pixie's products all the time, and I use them every day.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and I don't know all the stuff that she knows about them. I just use them and go, it feels so good. And then I send it to you. So anybody can benefit from her products, and she's got all the know-how on it. She's got all her videos on YouTube, on Facebook as well, or YouTube.
There are some videos on my Facebook business page, Pixie's Potions, Pixie Ego Heart, Shamanic Practitioner, and Pixie's Potions and Pearls, and then I'm on YouTube under Pixie Ego Heart.
Yeah. So she's working on her website so that we can order things online. Because we want to
Actually,
be able to order
I'm going to work
online.
on it. I've decided to kind of put the website on hold because it's been a long time. For whatever reason, there's resistance there, and I'm just going to allow that. I'm putting up a Etsy store.
Oh, good.
So
okay.
I'm going to have an Etsy store.
All right.
So I'll have YouTube, Facebook, and Etsy, and I kind of feel like that's enough for me to manage right now.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
You're going to need an assistant.
Yeah, I
So
do need an assistant, and yeah.
If anybody wants to be Pixie's assistant.
I'm going to be running a contest for an assistant.
Ooh.
Yes.
Well,
Yeah.
that's a good idea.
Yeah.
I'm going to need one soon, too. So, okay. So her products are incredibly helpful, and she can explain why. You can watch her videos for that. But really, ultimately, what the thing is that is helping us heal here is all the things that are of love. You know, compassion, kindness, grace. You know, taking a step back from a situation and saying, I can handle this better than how I want to handle this right now. Let me go cool down and deal with this differently. Mm-hmm. Go into your heart, you know, and the key for any person who's operating in the realm of being a healing practitioner who's in integrity with the work is doing the work themselves, okay? They're cultivating that sanctuary within themselves, and they are showing up with that which you see between the two of us, that love, and that true, genuine depth of consideration for you. And that's so important. And that's, you know, and I have several practitioners that I go to who play different roles for me. And the reason that I came to Pixie was because I knew the things that I was working through, I wanted my friend there with me. Now I'm gonna cry. And I will say, you know, for anybody who wants to do this work, I would highly recommend my very powerful medicine woman friend, Pixie Ego Heart.
She's made me cry again.
Well, you know, okay, so one of the things that you and I have both been working really hard on is fully seeing and standing in our worth. And we've encouraged that for one another. And it's so important that you know that I see you. I see you.
She's really fucking powerful.
She ruined it for all the children.
She's really powerful too.
It's an expletive, children. It's okay.
I'm sorry.
If your kids told you, or if your parents told you it's a bad word, it's not. It's the best word ever. I have such a hard time not saying that. It's like, watch the Osho video, okay? He explains it. Yeah, Osho video.
I don't know what that is.
On the F-bomb. Yeah. All right, it's okay. Thank you. Well, I received that compliment, and I feel even more powerful now because yes, expletive.
Well, there was a lot of laughter involved with it, so that
good.
just makes it more powerful.
And that's the other thing. Okay,
right?
So laughter. Okay, align with your joy in friendship as well. Share your joy with one another. And I'm seeing some people on here that I've shared some pretty, like, you know, heartfelt, you know, all the way into the guts laughter. Lisa's one of them for sure. Her and her sister Angel, geez. We've had some pretty good laughs together. Yeah, storytelling and stuff too. So, all right, on to Pixie. Now we're going to align with the importance of really nurturing and nourishing and cultivating a a deep and loving relationship with yourself, friendship with yourself, so that then you can also do that with the people that you meet that feel good to you. Okay. And so let's align with the beauty of deep friendships, deep connections, and being loving in that. Okay. Yes, girl. So let's breathe into that. I am so grateful to the people who love me. I'm so grateful to feel that love. I'm so grateful that I have people who laugh with me when I'm hurting, and who let me cry with them when I need it, and who cry with me when I need it. I'm grateful for those who are willing to swim to the depths within themselves and together. It's so important. Here we go. We're going to send it. So everybody just breathe into your hearts and really get into that love bubble of the feelings of gratitude for the people you have in your life that you love, who love you. Those people that you truly value. And if you're taking them for granted, notice that and think of some things that you can do to make sure that they don't get taken for granted. They know that they're important to you. It's important. And sometimes we need reassurance in that space of friendship that we're important and valued. So hopefully all of you are feeling really heart-centered, and you're in that frequency and vibration of gratitude. So if you want to notice, you breathe into your heart, and even notice what color you see as you think about your friends, people you love, who love you back. Maybe you love some people that don't love you back. That's okay. Love them. They need it. Notice what color that light is at the core of your being. And imagine now that light getting brighter and expanding out and tickling their hearts. Send that light out into the world. Gratitude. I feel so much love right now. We don't always have to use words. Sometimes words are limiting. And there was a lot that I was saying, and I'm sure that Pixie was saying in those moments where we weren't speaking with our mouths and our words. And there's value to just being silent and feeling what exists in that space of the embodiment of love itself. And gratitude is one of the fastest ways to get to that feeling.
Gratitude is the attitude. Mm-hmm. I mean, I know it's kind of a cheesy catchphrase, so cheesy. but you know, it's so true.
It's true.
the more gratitude that you hold within your heart, the more that you have to be grateful in your life.
Mhm.
Things to be grateful for come in just without, they come effortlessly when you hold yourself in gratitude. So it really makes a big difference.
Yeah, and when you're feeling grateful, you're in a mindset where you're noticing the things that you're grateful for. So you're going to notice the things that you're grateful for that are coming in. You know, it's like if all you're thinking about is the things that suck in your life, you're going to notice a lot of things that suck. It just, I mean, scientifically, it speaks to frequency and vibration. So, okay, so I feel like that was good. You know, it seemed like we weren't really doing much, but we were actually doing a lot. I felt a lot happening. Yes, and breath work. Okay, super important. So I would like to say thank you, first of all, to my special guest, Pixie, and for having me overnight and feeding me delicious food and pampering me on her birthday week. So it's like, it's my birthday too.
But yeah, I love you. You're my friend.
Right?
I appreciate you.
I appreciate you back.
This is the whole point of the video is, you know, showing those people that we care about them in the moments that we have available to us, to show them that. So it didn't matter to me that it was my birthday. I wanted her to know that she's special and I care deeply for her.
Oh, we're crying. Gratitude tears. Gratitude, love tears.
So,
yeah.
You know, and you know, on part of my path, on the native path, when I was younger and praying with the Lakota, our birthdays weren't a time for people to come and give us gifts. It was a ceremony where we gave away that which was the most valuable of us. It was called Wopula, which means a giveaway. And so the person who was celebrating their birthday was giving away their most valuable things to the people that they cared about, and placing those things with the people that they felt like they should go to, and opening the door for more other amazing things to come into their life. So, you know, it's that flow of energy and stuff like that. So to me, it was the best way to celebrate my birthday, by giving away. I love that. So
I'm going to do that on my birthday too. Almost then.
Yay!
I'll have a party. I'll be 31.
Right, I'm 25.
Right, she's 25. So, wink.
Wink,
okay.
Wink. Yeah, I flipped it, y'all.
So we were like we were twice as long as normal, but that's okay because you got twice.
2 for 1.
You got a 2 for today.
Yeah.
So hopefully all of you were able to go into your hearts and feel that yummy. There's no words for it. And as you go forward in your life, know, like I said before, you are worthy of having people who really, truly care for you. And if you have, Sam, if you have people who are in your life who aren't showing up for you that way, it's okay to look somewhere else for what you really need, you know. And it's not
just okay.
It's not unkind.
It's like,
yeah, it's not unkind to close the door on those relationships that aren't nourishing and aren't really helping you feel love, you know. And you can do that in a loving and graceful way. And if you need help knowing how to do that, we're here. Maybe we can do a video on that. How to close the door on relationships that are unhealthy. But that's for another time.
And the value in that, because it doesn't just serve you. It serves them too.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's a good idea for a video. Actually, for a longer video. Yeah. So, and for those of you who do have loving romantic relationships, God bless you. Thank you so much, and thank you for evolving and growing.
Nourish each other and nurture each other.
Yeah, and thank you for growing and evolving in that, because it's helping the rest of us. You know, we have these conscious relationships that are you know, just really embodying that
people that love that idea.
Okay, good, awesome. Okay, we'll do that another time. Yeah, I mean, we could keep talking for the next 4 hours, but
I have to go to work, and then I'm gonna go play.
I gotta do something.
Yeah. Well, it's only 30 minutes. It's a short appointment. Yeah.
So. Okay. So I see some people just joining. We're about to sign off, so you can go back in a few minutes, and it will.
Caitlin.
Yeah. Hi. Okay,
Hi,
so we're
thank
gonna,
you to everybody that said happy birthday to me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Love you, appreciate
Yeah.
you. Thank you.
and thank you so much, everybody, for your valuable time, whether you watched it live or you're watching it later.
Yes.
We love you so much. Have a beautiful day, and if you can, go outside and play.
Yes,
Okay? We
we're
always
going to.
encourage that.
We're gonna.
Okay?
We're gonna.
All right. Have an awesome day, everybody. Thank you so much for joining.
Thank
Bye.
you.